Good morning, everybody. This is Padre Jasmine Gonzalez. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday. This is my day off, but I got an interview today, so I'm going to try to make this video quickly. Yesterday, when I was driving my car, I decided that I was going to start talking about macaroons, and because I know around this year, um, during Passover, eh, you can find them at the stores. I found this once, which are made of almonds. This company make also other flavors, which I would love to try if I can find them. They make red velvet, chocolate hazelnut, honey nut, chocolate nut brownie, coconut, and chocolate chip. I have tried the coconut ones; they're delicious. These ones are almond; they are also really very good. And the ingredients are sulfate-free coconut, invert sugar, tapioca starch. Um, so I use starch. I use tapioca starch, egg whites, and almonds. Some recipes don't use any flour or starch. I know I was looking for recipes about how to make it in Puerto Rico, and I found a few links on how to make them in the channel of the chef Edgardo Noel. And again, I got curious because about the history of this treat. Because in Puerto Rico we call them besitos de coco. I also found this one again. I found in the section the store has now, but stuff to eat on Passover. These are straight. They are chocolate macaroons, so I'm looking forward to try this one. There, I still have not opened them. And I live in the capital district of New York, around the Troy, New York area. Um, so I found this one, the um, Dulce de Coco, finest brands, macaron, Dulce de Coco macarons, and this is this is distributed by New York, by Finest Food brand. And again, it has coconut, corn syrup, sugar, fructose corn syrup, egg white, soy lettuce, corn cooking starch. So they are using starch in their um, artificial flavor. This one doesn't have eggs. Interesting. Like, I guess they're different. Oh no, it does have egg whites. Yeah, it has egg whites. So the main ingredients is coconut, egg whites, maybe some kind of starch, which can be flour or cornstarch, and sugar. Well, I said sugar. Yeah, but yeah, coconut, egg whites, um, sugar, and maybe some starch, which can be flour, or you can ditch the flour and not use flour at all. So, having said that, I just found it interesting, so I went and searched about the history, where this came from. How is it possible that I can find the besitos de coco in Puerto Rico, and why is it that in United States you can find them around the area um, in during Passover, but it's made enjoyed by the Jewish community, which is amazing because it shows that this dessert, this cookie or pastry, has transcended all over, has become popular in many by different cultures. So I went online and found so many articles. So I'm not going to read articles, but I'm going to read you the Wikipedia entry so you have an idea of where this came from. And I found this so interesting. So a macaron is a small cake or biscuit typically made from ground almonds, coconuts, or other nuts with sugar and sometimes flavoring, vanilla, honey, spices, food coloring, etc., or chocolate or some recipes. Macarons are sometimes baked on edible rice paper, baked on a baking tray. Yeah, and some pictures in there. The origins. Culinary historians write that macaroons can be traced to an Italian monastery of the 8th or 9th century. The monks came to France in 1533, joined by the pastry chef Catherine de Medict. So later to Benedict Nunn, Sister Margaret, Sister Mary Elizabeth came to Nancy, seeking asylum. The two women paid to see Italian Jews later adopted macarons because they had no flour or leavening and can be eaten during the 8-day observation of Passover. It was introduced by two other European Jews and became popular as a year-round sweet. Okay, so it has origin in Italy pretty much. In a different article that I was reading, it was an Arab person that was in Italy, and then um, the Italian chefs went to France and they modified and served almond paste. They began using coconut, and then later on, when it came to the New World or America, um, they replaced almond paste with coconut. So So recipe for macaroons appear in recipe book at least as early as 1725 and use egg whites and almond paste. Over time, coconut was added to the ground almonds and in certain recipes replaced them. Potato starch also sometimes included in the recipe to give the macaroons more body, which explains why they use starch. And then it goes into regional varieties. Dominican Republic, macarons in Dominican Republic are very dark. Right? The coconut is mixed with ginger and cinnamon. France, there are many regional variations of French macaron. The coconut macaron is known as the Congolais, Le Rochard à la Noix de Coco. Okay. Germany, I cannot pronounce that. I'm not going to even try. Almonds crescents are common in Germany, made of similar flour to macaroons. They are formed to resemble a crescent, then covered inside almonds and dipped in chocolate. India have their own variety of macaron made with cashews and egg whites, adapted from those introduced in colonial times. Ireland, or Ireland, or yeah, Ireland. A macaron chocolate bar is made by Walton Candy Company. Kildare, the description of the packaging is macaron pieces in rich milk chocolate. Was first made in 1937. Italy, Riccarelli are soft almond variety originating from Siena. Amaretti di Saronno are usually crunchy variety from Saronno. Both are often served on special occasions such as Christmas. Philippine coconut macarons are uniquely cake-like in texture. They are slightly crunchy on the outside and soft, moist, and chewy on the inside. They are usually baked into small, colorful cupcake wrappers and topped with a raisin. They are popular during the holidays and special occasions. Puerto Rico. I am Puerto Rican. I'm not Jewish. I just play this because I enjoy eating these things. These things are delicious. And if you like macarons, you should eat them. I like boiling them and eating them. So yeah, especially at this time of the year where I can easily find them. Um, So Puerto Rico and Puerto Rico coconut macarons are called besitos de coco. A few variations of besitos de coco can be found on the island. The most popular ones including lemon zest and vanilla as additional ingredients. Interesting. And I haven't. I used to eat them in Puerto Rico, the besitos de coco, and I enjoy them. They are super delicious. Like, I wish there was a way of getting original besitos de coco that are made down there by a manufacturing company to have them here. Maybe I'll ask my dad to send me some. In Spain, the carajito. Don't say that word to anybody. The carajito is a macaron variety made with hazelnuts and honey from this town of Salas, Asturias in northern Spain. A larger size version is commonly known as Sultana or Suspiros del Morro. Interesting. Turkey, I cannot pronounce that. Shibadam kurabiyesi is a traditional Turkish made of almond sugar and egg whites. Notice all the ingredients include egg whites, sugar, and either almonds or coconut. The traditional recipes include a small amount of bitter almonds, which gives this macaron its name. Because bitter almonds are not readily available, almond extra is typically used as substitute. Interesting. United Kingdom. In the UK, generally, the traditional almond macaroon often includes almond essence to strengthen the flavor and stuff with almond flake. Coconut macaroons are also popular in the United Kingdom. Okay. In Scotland, the Scottish macaroon has a dense sugary center and is covered in chocolate and roasted coconut. In United States, the coconut macaron is common in America, commercially made. Coconut macarons are generally dense, moist, and sweet, and often dipped in chocolate. Homemade macarons and varieties produced by smaller bakeries are commonly light and fluffy. Macarons made with coconuts are often piped with a star-shaped tip, which gives the shape of the macarons. Like if I open this one, and again, I've been watching some how they are made, and it's not that difficult. So, like, I'm not going to eat it, but I just want to show you how it is. Yeah, like you can see the star shape in there. Like yeah, so you pipe it, from which I found it's quite interesting. So you pipe it, you mix it, you pipe it, and you bake it. That's how it is. So I personally want to try to see if I can make them myself. So I found a few recipes on YouTube. So eventually, watch out for my video of me attempting to make macarons. Maybe I'll find a way of making them in a healthy way. But I still learning about this. Um, but yeah, so our pipe with a star-shaped tip, whereas macaroons made with nuts are more likely shaped individually due to the stiffness of the dough. Yeah, and then it has a section about American use, because they are not leavened and do not even contain any grain. Macaroons are often eaten during Passover by American Jews. Um, Again, makes sense that they are eaten, but I found it interesting that it has gained so much popularity um, around this time of the year for Passover. Um, but in Puerto Rico, you can find them year round because they're delicious. They're super delicious. Coconut is found in Puerto Rico. And so one of the things that we have in Puerto Rico, similar to other places that they have coconut. So coconut, coconut, having coconut around the side means that we can make those type of desserts easily. Um, but they're delicious, and like I said, I found them in Puerto Rico. I used to eat them. They were called besitos de coco, and I love the flavor of it. So, oh, I never it never occurred to me to search the history of the macarons. I just know that I would purchase this just because I like them. But now, this year, my brain decided like, huh? Do you know where this came from and how it ended up like being manufactured by this company? No. Why we don't search for that? That's why I decided to search for more information as to the origin of the coconut macaron. And it's sad, it's not Puerto Rican origin, it's from Italian origin. But it's interesting to see how the recipe has been taken by different places in different countries and made them into their own. And the ingredients don't change much. It's just coconut, egg whites, sugar, sometimes some kind of starch, um, whether it's tapioca starch or cornstarch. And again, this one, the straight ones, they have sulfate-free coconut, tapioca starch, invert sugar, egg whites, and cocoa. Um, the one that I was watching, I watched a recipe from the chef Edgar Noel, and he just used wheat flour, but using starch seems to be another option, and that's quite interesting to me. Um, yeah, and I was watching another recipe where they use the egg whites. They beat the egg whites like it looks almost like merengue, which is something that is made with egg whites and sugar. You make the merengue, so make it eat pretty much like rice that and make it fluffy, and then they make the merengue before adding it into coconut. So it's quite interesting how they make it, and it's one of my favorite treats. And it doesn't matter who you are, you should give this a try because they're delicious. And again, you can find this one right now. Every store right now probably has them because of Passover. And this one, I just found them. If you're in the area, in the Albany, Troy, New York area, I found this one in the Albany Price Chopper or Market 32. They have it in the Hispanic section. Um, it says Dulce de Coco. And they are very delicious. It does explain why it has a lot of calories, and because it uses eggs and egg whites, so that definitely add to the calories that one will be eating. Um, anyway, if you love macaroons, let me know. I like macaroons too. I hope that you have liked this video and that you have learned something. I definitely learned something. I didn't know what the origin of the macaroons, and I'm fascinated by it. I'm also fascinated by how it's made because it's a very simple recipe. It's not very difficult. So I'm going to attempt to make them in the near future, and I hope that when I make them, once I will post a video and I will show you my results, and hopefully they will come out as good as this ones. So yeah, um, thank you for watching, and if you like this video, give it a like and maybe consider subscribing. I don't know, but yeah, uh, wanted to make this video because yesterday I talked about macaroons, and I was just curious, like, okay, why they make them, and knowing more of the history of like how did it became popular, So I decided to search for articles, and like I said, if you go Google coconut macarons origins or how who invented them, you're going to find a lot of articles about it. And there's also a Wikipedia entry, so definitely consider searching if you would like to. Uh, I was just curious, and I ended up learning something, and I'm happy about it. Anyway, peace everybody, stay safe, and have a great day. Bye.